A big welcome to Rokani Media Football. It's a big one. Arsenal is hosting a side which goes by names of Liverpool, and we've been doing loads of stories onto this match in here. And today it's happening in the next less than 40 minutes in there for you. I go by the names of Rokani David, aka RD to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if you happen to be watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I know there is a lot of being nervous in fans of Arsenal in there for you and the fans of Liverpool, but all in all, this is the game of football. Me, I support Manchester United, and yesterday we are beaten by a team which goes by names of Atletico Madrid, and we are knocked out of the Champions League. But I'm here to really see to it that I will bring you this game in here for you. Smash the like button, be part of the conversation by going into the live chat and really telling us what you think about this game of Arsenal versus Liverpool in there for you. Let's go straight into the starting lineup of a team which goes by names of Arsenal in there. Arsenal has brought Ramsdale, Cedric Soares, Ben White, Gabriel Kiantieni. That is the back four in there. Thomas Partey, Grant Xhaka playing into the double midfield pivot. Grant Xhaka. Then Bukayo Saka playing as the right attacking forward. Odegaard, central attacking midfielder. Martinelli, left attacking forward. And Lacazette, the center forward of a team which goes by names of Arsenal. Seriously speaking, that is the team. If at all you really watched us when we are really doing the predicted lineup, that is exactly what we predicted, that Arsenal is really going to bring in for a side which goes by the names of Liverpool in there, because that is an unchanged side that Arsenal played with for the previous games in there. Although Emily Smith-Rowe has really come out and is 100% fully fit to come into this game and do something for a team which goes by names of Arsenal, the manager has not thought about him and they say, no, you better be on the bench because Martinelli is really doing great. And the reason as to why Martinelli is being picked, it's gaining because in the game against Leicester, he really got an assist and he was involved in the other goal that Arsenal got through a penalty that was well taken by a man who goes by names of Lacazette, who is really running short of contract at a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. So to me, I will believe that they have other reasons to pick him as a player starting ahead of a man who goes by names of Gabriel Martinelli, ahead of Emily Smith-Rowe, because he is really on form and he is hitting the ground at a team which goes by names of Arsenal. And I really believe that that lineup of Arsenal is the best that Mikel Arteta would have brought in. I don't believe that there is any other player that could have done better than those that Mikel Arteta has thought of. And I really believe that that man onto that lineup and onto my thumbnail as far as Arsenal is concerned, he goes by names of Thomas Partey. He came into the season of, I think, 2020 when he came in at Arsenal, and I really believe that this season, this is when Arsenal fans have really felt like a man who goes by names of Thomas Partey is really doing a great job for a side which goes by names of Arsenal, because he is really ramping. And in the previous game they played against Leicester City, he could have gotten himself a hat-trick because he scored the first goal, he hit a post, and then that ball that resulted into a penalty that was held by, is he called Soyuncu? Yeah, Soyuncu got hold of it, and when he really got hold of it, he denied Thomas Partey from really getting his goal in there. So he was on target 3 times, and I really believe that that is something great, and that is a form that most of the Arsenal fans are anticipating him to come with into this game. And he did the same thing against a side which goes by the names of Manchester City. Remember when Arsenal lost 2-1 to Man City? When they got a red card for Gabriel in there, Man City went ahead and Arsenal came up and equalized, but in the dying minutes, Rodri came out and really gave Man City the winner in there. So to me, I really believe that Arsenal really has lots of things to do, because it is beyond even a game to come in and just showcase what you have. It's a game of life. It's a game of only death. I cannot really come out and tell you that this game Arsenal need to do anything less than a win in there, because if at all Arsenal wins this game, they would have really gone ahead and sealed the top 4, because winning against Liverpool gives you momentum itself. You just gain momentum that you never had before. It gives you a lot of expectations. The enthusiasm is so high for your team in there. So to me, I really believe that this is the game Arsenal is supposed to win, if at all they are to make a very big statement into the top 4 race against the side which goes by names of Manchester United, because Manchester United is just a point behind Arsenal, and Arsenal have gone ahead to play only one game, and they have 3 in hand. This is the second game they had in hand, meaning that they're having 2 in hand, and on the weekend Arsenal is going to play a side which goes by names of Aston Villa, and if at all Arsenal manages to win both of those games, it will be 7 points ahead of Manchester United. Then tell me how Arsenal is going to drop 7 points. Even when United comes in at the Emirates and beats Arsenal, they will be 4 points behind Arsenal in there. So I really believe that it's really an open check for Arsenal. They are holding a pen today and they are writing the amount of money that they want onto that check to be given to them, because they know how much is into the bank, and they cannot not miss out on filling out a blank check with an amount of money that is not in the bank. So I really believe that Arsenal is really having an edge, not an edge over Liverpool, but they are so much eager, because Liverpool has won the Premier League in 2020. And they've been playing Champions League football ever since Thomas Tuchel came in here. So it looks like, who is more thirsty for this position? I really believe that it's Arsenal. Arsenal is more thirsty for this position than any other team, because they've spent 6 years without playing to the Champions League, and you know what that means. What shows that Arsenal is really thirsty for this is Arsenal have gone ahead to call on a team, its teammates, and they've told them that we are giving you £500,000 per player if at all you come in here and qualify for the Champions League. That shows you how much Arsenal needs this, and however much Liverpool needs the trophy. But if at all they really draw or do what, you cannot really come out and really criticize them a lot, though the trophy will be out of them. But to me, I really feel like Arsenal comes onto the pitch more thirsty than any other team in there. Before I really jet into more analysis of this game, allow me bring you the lineup of a team which goes by names of Liverpool in there, because even their lineup is also out in there. When you look at Liverpool, they're having Alisson, they're having Trent Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk and Robertson. That is the back 4 of a team which goes by names of Liverpool. Then Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Mane, Diaz, Jota and Thiago Alcantara. That is the starting lineup of a team which goes by the names of Liverpool in there. When you look at Liverpool in the bench, they have Kahala, Konate, Keita, Firmino, Salah, Gomez, Alexander Chamberlain. They're having Jones in there, and they're having Takamamino in there. And is Salah on the bench? Yes, Salah is on the bench. And I really thought that he couldn't be on the bench. That's what really went into my mind. I thought that Salah is that kind of player who cannot be benched at Liverpool in there, because I really believe that he means a lot to this team. He adds a lot to a team of Liverpool, especially when he's playing into that game of football. That's what I really think about Mo Salah in there. But that is the starting lineup of a team which goes by names of Liverpool, and Mo Salah has been benched this time round, and he is there waiting to see what is going to happen next for his side in there, because he really looks great. He looks great, though his sharpness had reduced recently, because he has not been a man who really he was back, because he even missed out on sitters nowadays. That is Mo Salah in there for you, something that I don't think that it sounds great into the ears of the people or the supporters of a team which goes by names of Arsenal, because this is something that shouldn't be a day in a day out performance of Mohamed Salah, missing out on these chances in there. I've seen him in the previous games missing out on sitters in their keeper to beat, but that was at Mohamed Salah way back, and I'm asking myself what really Mohamed Salah is all about, because he might have been playing with an injury. And we didn't know in there. And let's wait and see what happens in there. But the injury was exposed in the game of Brighton when he was really hit and he got off the pitch hopping. And that isn't a news that any Liverpool fan would like to hear. But all in all, I would like to come here and announce to you that that is the confirmed lineup of Liverpool, and Liverpool feels like they've brought out the best that is going to come out and tussle it out with a side which goes by the names of Arsenal in there. I had forgotten to get you the predicted lineup. Sorry, I had forgotten to get you the bench of Arsenal in there, the substitutes on the bench of Arsenal. I had forgotten really to bring them to you. That is Leno, Holding, Tavares, Swanson, Lokonga, Elneny, Pepe, Emily Smith-Rowe, and Nketiah. That is the substitute. Those are the substitutes of a team which goes by names of Arsenal. So I'm here waiting to see what really comes out of this, because it's something that we should be eager to see happen at this side of Liverpool versus Arsenal. It's a game, one of the most anticipated games of the season, and I really believe that people are really going to come out and really give us their reactions onto this game in there. For me, as Rokani David, I really believe that it's a game that no one wants to lose. Arsenal doesn't want to lose, and I really believe that Man City is dropping points against the side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace has really given Liverpool more energy to come into this game, more eager not to drop any point, because they know that very soon near there they'll be facing them and not taking it for granted in there. So I really believe that it's a game of football that most of us would like to see and experience what each manager has. When you look at the experience, of course, Thomas Tuchel is more experienced especially when it comes to coaching, than Mikel Arteta. But there is one thing you have to know about Mikel Arteta, that Mikel Arteta has been in the Premier League for a very long time as a player. You get? Mikel Arteta has been in the Premier League for a very long time. One, as a player. Secondly, he was in the Premier League as an assistant coach of Pep Guardiola, and being a coach under one of the best managers in the world, that is Pep Guardiola, for some good years in there. I really believe that that's something that is very, very crucial into this game, and I really believe that it beats the experience that a man who goes by Thomas Tuchel is bragging about, because he has been at Borussia Dortmund, he was at Mainz, he was at PSG, then he comes in at Chelsea. I think he has a vast experience in there. But when you look at the Premier League experience, I really believe that Mikel Arteta knows the Premier League better than Thomas Tuchel, because he was a player in Everton and he played for Arsenal for a very long time. He even captained Arsenal, and I will believe that the education and the experience he got under Arsene Wenger and David Moyes plus Pep Guardiola beats that of Thomas Tuchel. He goes into a team of Arsenal when Arsene Wenger was in his end days of Arsenal, and he really got the best experience from Arsene Wenger. He goes under Pep Guardiola and he gets the best out of Pep Guardiola. I really believe that he's one of the best that we've seen in the world, and I really believe that he has turned around Arsenal a lot, and he is a very good manager. That's why you saw the manager of Liverpool coming out and really hailing. That's why you saw the manager of Liverpool coming out and hailing a man who goes by names of Arteta, because he is really impressed by the way he has turned down that team. And you look at the way Arsenal is playing, my dear, you don't want to miss out on Arteta. However, much rumors have really come on and told us that teams like PSG are interested in Mikel Arteta, something that is really sounding very bad, because I really believe that PSG can turn around a mind of any manager in the Premier League. He came out and said, Jurgen Klopp, he said Mikel Arteta is 100% a real good coach. In his high praise of Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta, campaigning him to title rivals, that is Pep Guardiola in there. And he says they were similar footballers. Jurgen Klopp says it would have been silly if Mikel Arteta worked with Pep Guardiola and didn't have an eye on what he was doing. So you saw all these praises is hailing at him. He is just a great coach in there. He's 100% a really good coach, and you can see it. And he would have been silly. You get? Telling him would have been silly if at all he stayed under Pep Guardiola. He comes in here to really hail him and give him the best out of it. But him hailing him doesn't mean that he's really going to really leave him and play anyhow. But all I really want to let you know is that they are going to be beaten any team is going to beat one another. If Arsenal, I see no draw into this game. Let me be open to this. I see no draw into this game. Welcome, Idris Sahid. Tomiyasu is good player, but Arteta should not start him. He's just fit. Tomiyasu has not started. He has not started. He's not into the starting lineup of a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. Tomiyasu is totally out in there. Let me even check the bench. Is he on the bench? Has he made it to the bench? The bench has Leno, Holding, Tavares, Sauson, Lokonga, El Nini, Pepe, Emily Smith-Rowe, and Nketiah. There is no Tomiyasu. And I remember into the press conference before this game, he came out and said that he's struggling to come back to his fitness that they are used to see him on. So that is a player who goes by the names of Tomiyasu. He's out. So Mr. Idris Said, he don't expect him to play. He has made a prediction 3-2 Arsenal, 3 Liverpool 2 in there. So to me, I really believe that this game is going either side. So Liverpool has a higher chance of winning this game. When you look at the winning percentage of a team which goes by the names of Liverpool against Arsenal, it's really so much huge in there, because I see people saying Liverpool has a 47% winning percentage, 26% draw, and 27% say Arsenal is going to beat a team which goes by names of Liverpool. And most people are really in here saying that Liverpool is winning this one. 27% say Arsenal are winning, 26% say it's going to be a draw. To me, I really believe that there is no draw into this game. Idris has gone ahead to say Smith-Rowe on the right, Martinelli number 9, Lacazette bench. No, it's confirmed. Lacazette is starting, Martinelli is starting, and Emily Smith-Rowe is on the bench. There you go. That is the lineup, confirmed lineup. Ramsdale in goal, Cedric Soares right back, Gabriel Magalhaes and Ben White playing into the central defense, Kian Tierney playing into the left back, Thomas Partey, Grant Xhaka. It's a double midfield pivot in a system of 4-2-3-1. Bukayo Saka right forward, Odegaard central attack midfielder, Martinelli left attacking midfielder with Lacazette leading the line. So that's how Arsenal is going to line up in there. Emily Smith-Rowe is onto the bench in there. I really believe that Emily Smith-Rowe has to really get back to a very good run to get back into the starting lineup of Arsenal, because Martinelli has really shown us a lot. He has really proved a lot that he is a player. Most of you were waiting for him. I have my friend who goes by names of Kosi Arsenal podcast. He always told me that when I look at Greenwood banging in those goals and really hailing and really performing well for Manchester United, that reminds me of Martinelli. And he told me that I just want a manager who goes by the names of Mikel Arteta to come in through and give Martinelli a chance. And when Martinelli was given a chance, remember that game was against Newcastle when Bukayo Saka got an injury, and no sooner he came onto the pitch than Tomiyasu chipped him a ball, and he really scored a beauty against Newcastle. And ever since then, he has never sat back to play into the starting lineup of a team which goes by names of Arsenal. So to me, I really believe that it's something that we have been eagerly waiting for, and Martinelli is into the starting lineup of a team which goes by names of Arsenal. And I really believe that Emily Smith-Rowe has to do a lot to come into this team. He has to do a lot, mind you, to come into this team, because it's not easy to get out this young Brazilian in there, because he is super talented. And when you look at everything that Emily Smith-Rowe does, Martinelli does it better than him. He does it better than him. When you look into the central attacking midfield, Odegaard, who is playing there, does it better than Emily Smith-Rowe. So Emily Smith-Rowe has to do a lot to get back into the starting lineup of Arsenal in there. But you never know. They are playing a big game against Liverpool today, and on Saturday, they are playing Aston Villa. So to me, I really believe that on Saturday, he might earn himself a starting position, because Martinelli has been playing a lot of games, has been playing lots of games for Arsenal. And I really believe that the manager will feel sorry for him and say, all right, he has just gotten himself a very good start, but I really feel like I have to rest him in there. And I really believe that the reason as to why Mikel Arteta is not starting Emily Smith-Rowe immediately in there and not giving him lots of games is Emily Smith-Rowe came in from injury, like I think 1.5 months back. When he returned from injury, they hurried him back to the pitch, and after like 2-3 weeks, he really got back injured. So I really believe that Mikel Arteta said, I'm not going to do the same mistake again, because this player is young. If at all I give him lots of games to play when he has just returned from injury, he won't get us what we expect from him. That is what I think crossed the mind of Mikel Arteta. And by the way, it's good. It's player management, because as at Manchester United, that problem has been facing very many players. And they look at Paul Pogba, each and every season, he was out like for 3 months because of being hurried back onto the pitch under the era of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's what Manchester United suffered a lot under the era of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in there. And when Rokani came in, he said Pogba should come and heal from Manchester. He called him from London and he called him back. And because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was saying that Paul Pogba was going to return in December, and when he was assessed by Ralf Rangnick said no. He's supposed to come back at the end of January. And when it reached the end of January, because he gave him 5 weeks, and when the 5 weeks elapsed and they asked him, is Paul Pogba expected to come back and train all future into these games, he said no, he's not yet back to the levels we want him to be. So that is what they call a good manager, who really minds about the health of the player. You get? A good manager minds about the health of the player and the future. But when you look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he was so much obsessed with winning than the health of the players. For him, every win that he bagged in at Manchester United was a positive to him. He never minded about the health of the players in there. So if at all you feel like you are injured and you can really play, he just brings you onto the pitch. Marcus Rashford too faced that ravage of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer again, because he's suffering from injuries because of that former manager of Manchester United. So I'm hailing Mikel Arteta for really handling this young man very well ahead of this encounter of a team which goes by names of Liverpool. But when you look at Liverpool and its starting lineup, you just get amazed, because when you look at all these players that Liverpool has brought in, there is a statistic I never knew about Liverpool, that each and every time Fabinho and Thiago have played for Liverpool, Liverpool has not lost a game. Arsenal fans, have you heard about that? Have you heard about that? That cannot sound well into your eardrums. It can't. It can't sound well into your eardrums, because it is really disheartening. It cannot really sound well into your eardrums, because it's something that you guys are really waiting for, because Arsenal fans are so much eager to beat Liverpool, but I doubt their efforts to stretch this Liverpool side, because they don't have a number 9 who's really going to come in and put that ball at the back of the net. I doubt that. I'm so in doubt. I'm so doubtful about them. Secondly, I will ask myself, who is really going to break down this defense of Liverpool? How are they really going to break it down? Because Liverpool is not going to allow Arsenal to have most of this ball. That is something I know, and I know it's going to happen on the pitch. Arsenal won't have most of the possession. I doubt whether they will come up and put up a very big fight in there, because Arsenal have been resting for very many games. If I told you guys never knew, if there is a team that has rested more into this campaign, no one has rested more than a team which goes by names of Arsenal. Arsenal has rested a lot. Arsenal has rested a lot, to an extent that they even started to play a single game in 10 days, 11 days, not even in 7 days, but in 11 days, almost 2 weeks. Now, for the very first time, Arsenal is going to play 3 games in 8 days. Almost every 2 days, Arsenal is having a game. So we are waiting to see how Arsenal is really going to come out and act in such situations. Because in such situations, this is when you get to know, can Arsenal really play 3 games in a row? Because they played against Leicester City, it was an easy tie. They come into the midweek, they are playing Liverpool. It's not an easy tie at all. It's really a hard one. And I really believe that it's going to stretch them a lot, to an extent that changes will be required in the game of Aston Villa. Even injuries, they might even get injuries, because they are facing the best sides in there. For the very first time, after Arsenal going on a very good run in there, we are really going to see whether Arsenal has really reached the level that people thought it is. You get? The other time, Arsenal went ahead to be well composed against Man City. They played very well, and after being beaten by Man City by 2-1, we thought that Arsenal had really gotten a grip of really going to go ahead and beat on these other teams in there. I remember that game was on the 1st of January. Where is 1st of January? I really want to see that game. Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal was beaten. Arsenal, by the time Arsenal played a team which goes by the names of Man City, they had gone on how many games? They had beaten Southampton 3-0, they beat West Ham, they beat Leeds, those are 3, they beat Sunderland 4, they beat Norwich. They had gone 5 games without being beaten. You get? Man City comes in, it beats them by 2-1. You get? They go to Nottingham, Nottingham beats them. They go to Liverpool, they draw, they return to Emirates, they're beaten by Liverpool in there. So I want to give you a reminder that before Arsenal played Man City, it had gone ahead to win the same number of games that Arsenal had won. Remember, Arsenal is unbeaten in the last 5 games. They beat Wolverhampton Wanderers, they beat Watford, they beat Leicester City, and they beat Wolverhampton Wanderers twice in there. And there is another team they beat in there, Brentford. Yeah, they beat Brentford by 2-1. So Arsenal has also gone ahead to win 5 games and they've not been beaten. And now they are facing Man City. They are facing Liverpool. But remember, even the last time they faced a very big team into the Premier League, they had gone 5 games without being beaten. And that team goes by the names of Man City. It came out and beat them by 2-1. Now they are facing Liverpool, a Liverpool side that is so tricky and so much attacking in there. So after having a very good run of 5 games in 5 wins in 5 games, Arsenal is now going on a very huge test. And what is that huge test about? It's about playing a side which goes by names of Liverpool. That is the huge test that Arsenal is facing right about now. And we're here to wait and see what Arsenal has for us in here. So let's wait and see what comes out as a result from this game. We will be live again when this game is done after Arsenal has gone ahead to accomplish its mission against the side which goes by names of Liverpool. Smash the like button, comment and share. I remain Rokani David onto this channel. I'm out for now. See you later, my mates, because this is what we do on a daily in here on Rokani Media Football. We out. See you later.